Or no Camino, it's Pastor Bruce. When I was a kid growing up, our vacation time was spent camping. And we went all over the country. Did spend a lot of time up in the mountains, obviously, as we were camping and going up Arizona and just all different kinds of places. Anywhere where there was a mountain and trees and high peaks, and we camped and we fished and hunted and did all kinds of things like that. As a family, that was vacation. And these are pieces that, as you can tell by looking at them, petrified wood from the mountains. They were my father's. I got them several years ago, and as just they were in the house for my parents. And so when we emptied all that out, I thought, well, that's something that's kind of fun and kind of cool, and I've always enjoyed this kind of stuff. And so you can kind of get a good idea of the different pieces of petrified wood. Just as I recall as a child, just walking along the forest and picking up pieces and rocks and things as kids would do. And my father was kind of a rock hound as well. You can tell that's a shell, petrified. Another shell. Look at that thing. Coral. That is just amazing stuff. As kids, we didn't really have an appreciation for it, but my father did. And reminds me of some things. Yeah, how in the world did this stuff get up on the top of mountains? Seashells up on top of a mountain. Kind of crazy. Well, I can tell you how it got there, so to speak, I guess. And I know if you look it up, and I'm not a scientist, I'm not a geologist, but you can look up and see how stuff it gets petrified and under incredible heat and pressure and sometimes volcanic activity and ash and water, and it's impressive to discover how it all happens. Genesis chapters 7 through 9 describe the flood and how God decided it was time. And he destroyed everything, covered the earth in water in a flood. And of course, Noah and his family and the animals were preserved. And then it receded, and they began again. In that Genesis chapter 7 or chapter 9, as you get to the end of it and the end of that account, he says that God established and put up in the cloud a symbol, the rainbow, to remind people that he would never again destroy the earth like that, destroy humanity like that. It's a reminder of his covenant with us, his great love, his promise, and we're reminded of God's love for us, even in the midst of destruction, that God has a plan to bring mankind safely and to bring him to himself again through faith in Jesus Christ, of course. The New Testament tells us how that works, and the promise of what God will do through the Old Testament to the New Testament. Just a reminder, just showing you some of my reminders of God's incredible grace and love from the beginning to now. See you soon, church. Bye.